children, how are you all? Hope you all must be enjoying at your home. So children, what we have done in our last lecture, yes, we have done exercise 13.1. In our last lecture, we have started with the new chapter, data handling, and we have completed one exercise 13.1. So first of all, I want to ask a question from you, that what is data? Yes, can anybody tell me what is data? Okay, so the information collected in the form of numerical figures is called data. Okay, and we have represented the data in, yes, tabular form also, and by using telemarks. So I hope the concept of telemarks and the representation of data in tabular form is clear to you all, right? So now we have to start with our next topic, that is bar graph. Bar graph we have already done in our previous class. So for doing this exercise, you will be needed bar graph papers. Okay, so you have to take 2 or 3 graph papers and you have to solve the exercise questions on graph papers, and then you have to paste those graph papers in your notebooks, right? So first of all, you must know what is a bar graph. Well, so we have already done, but still, to recall that topic, I am going to again explain you what is a bar graph. So bar graph is a graphical representation of numerical data in the form of rectangular bars of equal width. So what is a bar graph? It is a graphical representation. Graphical representation means we have to represent the numerical figures, or you can say numerical data, on a graph in the form of rectangular bars. As you all know that in bar graph we used to draw bars. So representation of numerical data in the form of rectangular bars, and that rectangular bars are of equal width, should be of equal width, right? So this is about what is a bar graph. Now how to represent a data, how to represent a numerical data in bar graph. For getting this topic, for getting this in a better way, I am going to show you clip. So let's go through this clip now.
Hi! Sam hasn't met us for long. So let's go and find out what he is up to. Aha! There is Sam. Hey Sam, what are you building with these blocks? Sam is just counting how many blocks he has of each color. Sam, without counting blocks, can you tell us which color blocks do you have the most and which color blocks the least? Well, there is a simple way, Sam. Just do a simple trick. Stack all the red blocks one over the other. Good. Now stack all the blue blocks one over the other. Excellent, Sam. Now stack all the green blocks one over the other. Good work, Sam. Now just step back and observe the 3 stacks. Now, just by looking at the stacks, can you tell which color blocks are the most and which are the least? The stack of blue blocks is the highest. So, blocks of blue color are the most. The stack of green blocks is the shortest. So, blocks of green color are the least. What we have done here is created a model of a bar graph. A bar graph is a chart in which the values of data items are shown by bars of different lengths. Greater the value, longer the bar. Here is a bar graph showing the extracurricular activities chosen by students of a class. A bar graph has two main lines, a horizontal line and a vertical line that meet at a point. The data items are arranged on the horizontal line. In this bar graph, the data items are activities such as painting, day modeling, skating, and judo. The vertical line shows the scale of numbers. The values of data items are read on this scale. The value of each data item is shown by a bar. The height of the bar on the scale shows the actual value of a data item. For example, the top of the bar for the activity painting reads 10 on the scale. So, 10 children have chosen painting as their extracurricular activity. By looking at the chart, can you tell which activity has been chosen by the largest number of children? Clay modeling is correct. Now, tell which activity has been chosen by the least number of children. Skating has the shortest bar. So, skating has been chosen by the least number of children. Now, let's find how many children have chosen either skating or judo. According to the bar graph, 6 children have chosen skating. 9 children have chosen judo. So, the number of children who have chosen either skating or judo is 6 plus 9, which is 15. Let's now find how many more children have chosen clay modeling than painting. According to the bar graph, 12 children have chosen clay modeling. 10 children have chosen painting. So, the number of more children who have chosen clay modeling than painting is 12 minus 10, which is 2. Well, Sam, since bars in the bar chart remind you of skyscrapers, you may call it a chart of skyscrapers too. However, the bars on this graph give us a lot of information as we just saw. Hope you enjoyed learning about bar graphs too.
I hope you all liked this video and the concept of bar graph is clear to you. Okay, so now we have to start with our exercise questions. So let us start with exercise 13.2, question number 1. So in question number 1, we have to represent this data using a bar graph. And what is the data given? We have given items Imrati, Laddu, Petha, Kalakand, Jalebi. And we have given the cost per kg. And the cost of 1 kilogram Imrati is 24 rupees. 1 kilogram Laddu is 18 rupees. 1 kilogram Petha is 15 rupees. 1 kilogram Kalakand is 27 rupees and 1 kilogram Jalebi is 24 rupees. Now we have to represent this data using a bar graph. So now what we will do? First of all, we have to draw a horizontal and vertical. This is a vertical axis and this is horizontal axis. Okay, you have to draw these two axes on graph paper. Now you will write the items on which bar? This is horizontal bar. So I am going to write the name of the items on horizontal bar. So first of all I am going to write here Imarti. Then we have Laddu, Petha, Kalakand, and at the last there is Jalebi. Right? After that we have to mark some points. We have to take the gap of equal width. Equal width means how we will take? We will start from 0. Okay? And after that you can take 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So when you will write 0, 10, 20, there is a gap of 10. Yes? But I am going to take here 0. After 0 I am going to write here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay? After that, now we have to draw the bars here. The cost of Imarti is 24 rupees. Cost of Imarti is 24 rupees. So where the 24 can be? 24 can be here. So I am going to draw a bar here. Right? After that, cost of laddu is 18 rupees. So 18 rupees will be nearby 20. So it will be nearby here. Yes. After that, cost of petha is 15 rupees. So 15 is here. So I am going to draw a bar here. After that, cost of Kalakand is rupees 27. 27 will be nearby here. Right? Then we have cost of jalebi is 24 rupees. 24 is nearby 25. Okay, so this is 24, this is 18, after that this is 15, this is 27 and this is 24. Okay, so likewise we have to draw a bar graph. Now what we will write here? We will write here name of item. Because on horizontal axis we have written the names of item, and on vertical axis what we have written? We have written cost per kg. So here you will write cost per kg in rupees like this. Okay. So that is how we have to draw the bar graph. So this is the solution of question number 1. Now we have to move to our next question. Next question is question number 2. Then we have question number 2. The number of buses going from Delhi to other cities are, these are the names of the cities and these are the number of buses. So Delhi to Agra, number of buses from Delhi to Agra are 30. Number of buses from Delhi to Chandigarh are 28. Number of buses from Delhi to Jaipur are 20. Number of buses from Delhi to Meerut are 25. Likewise, Delhi to Shimla are 32 and Delhi to Almora are 18. Now we have to represent this data using bar graph. So again, we will first of all draw horizontal axis and vertical axis. So let us start drawing the bar graph. This is a vertical axis and here we have horizontal axis. Okay. Now here I am going to write down the names of the cities. First name of the city is Agra. Then we have Chandigarh. After that, Jaipur. Then Meerut. And then Shimla. And at the last we have Almora. Okay, and on vertical axis I am going to write the number of buses. So again I am going to start from 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. So now first of all, Delhi to Agra there are 30 buses. So the bar will be till here. Then from Delhi to Chandigarh there are 28 buses. So the bar will be nearby 30. After that, from Delhi to Jaipur there are 20 buses. So the bar will be here. Then from Delhi to Meerut there are 25 buses. So it will be here. Okay. After that, from Delhi to Shimla there are 32 buses. So 32 will be nearby 35. Right? Then we have from Delhi to Almora. From Delhi to Almora we have 18 buses. So 18 will be nearby 20. So here we can write this is 30, 28, 20, 25, 32 and then we have 18. Okay, so on horizontal axis we have the names of cities. On vertical axis we have number of buses and on horizontal axis we have names of the cities. So this was the solution of question number 2. So children, we have completed our exercise 13.2 also. Okay, so you have to do these 2 questions on graph paper and then you have to paste in your fair notebook. So that's all for today children. Thank you so much. Goodbye.